The night shift that never ended. It was the typical busy night at the hospital. At 7 p.m., a worker clocked in for her shift as a floor nurse. Her first assignment was in the pediatric intensive care unit. The doctors there were wonderful and the patients were adorable. By 8 p.m., she'd already made a difference in the life of a little girl who'd been rushed in with a high fever. By midnight, the girl was up and playing with her favorite stuffed animal. It was a great start to what was shaping up to be a great night. That all changed when the night shift nurse walked into the staff lounge for a quick break. There was a show on the TV that she didn't want to miss. As she sat down, she noticed something strange. The name tag on the TV said Pediatric Intensive Care. But when she looked up, she realized that it wasn't. This was the staff lounge for the oncology ward, a place no one went anymore. The oncology ward had been closed more than 20 years ago. Confused, the night shift nurse shrugged it off and went back to work. But as the night wore on, things started to feel very wrong. For example, why were the lights in the hall flickering? Why did it suddenly feel so cold? Then she saw him. The night shift nurse turned toward the sound of approaching footsteps, but when she turned around, she saw no one. She continued on, completely unnerved. When she got to the nurse's station, the clock read 9 a.m. How could this be? She'd only taken one short break. Where had the time gone? Startled, the night shift nurse tried to call her supervisor, but the line was dead. Then the horrifying realization hit her. This wasn't her hospital. This was the old wing that had been abandoned 2 decades ago. The hospital had expanded and renovated, but this part of the building remained untouched. No one had set foot in here for over 20 years. She ran to the exit, but it was locked. When she turned around, the familiar faces of her colleagues had become grotesque, their eyes wide and black, their smiles twisted and evil. They shuffled toward her, their arms outstretched. Then they began to speak, their voices raspy and inhuman. "Come play with us," they hissed. "We've been waiting for you." The night shift nurse screamed and ran. She didn't know where the exits were or how to get out. Suddenly, she heard a voice over the loudspeaker. "Attention all staff. Please report to the old oncology ward immediately." The night shift nurse froze. Was this real or was she dreaming? If she woke up, she thought maybe it would all make sense. But then she felt something wet and cold. So this isn't a dream, she thought. I'm really in danger. And that's when she saw it, the clock on the wall. It read 10 p.m. I've been here for 12 hours, she thought. But how? Why? Just then, the grotesque figures were upon her, their hands closing around her mouth, their eyes boring into hers. "Welcome to our little hospital," they hissed. "I'll never leave." And with that, they dragged her into the darkness.